Hey everybody, Brian Garcia, meteorologist, National Weather Service, San Francisco Bay Area, Monterey Bay regions. Got a lot to cover, so let's get right to it. Satellite is showing this nice area of low pressure going into the northwest. The trailing cold front back here, bringing winds out ahead of it, rain along the band, and then behind it some post-frontal showers that might actually contain a thunderstorm or two. So those would be mainly for North Bay. So I follow the tail of this cold front out, it brings us back here to this other front that's kind of up in this upper left corner. And that's the next system that's going to be coming in a few days, bringing more rain. If you follow it farther out to the west, then we could actually see the next system that's shaping up for the weekend, which is going to be the big event. So on radar this afternoon, we're already seeing echoes from the system. And ahead of the system, it looks like we can get some pretty significant winds out ahead of it. So as such, we do have a wind advisory out from 8 p.m. tonight to 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. So a short window of strong gusty winds across North Bay and across the coastal areas and the Bay shoreline throughout the Bay Area. So as that front sinks south, it should fizzle out a bit, so we won't see as strong of winds down in our southern areas in Monterey and San Benito counties. The winds could gust pretty significantly. Strongest gust 35 to 50 miles per hour expected around midnight. So make sure that if you have things outside, make sure you tie them down because it could get a little breezy. Current conditions, already wind gusts seen over 20 miles per hour in this graphic. All those markers there are over 20 or over, so that's the wind advisory. So let's talk precipitation. With the fronts coming through this week, when we look at the storm totals from tonight through the day Saturday, we're looking at quite a bit of rain falling up in North Bay. The coastal areas of Sonoma County, we could be upwards of 3 to 4 inches of rain up there pretty easily, maybe some isolated pockets of 5 to 6 inches. So that is something to watch for up there. Down in the valleys, Santa Rosa, this says 2 to 3. It might be more like 1 to 2. It depends upon how the rain shadow kicks in for this. And then if we go south, you can see the rain amounts really taper off. And that's because these systems are really going to be focused up in North Bay, and then maybe some of the coastal areas down along the peninsula and creeping in through the Golden Gate and hitting western Contra Costa County there. So we could see some rainfall totals out in the Pinole area, for example, that are more like upwards of an inch. So then we get into the weekend with the big event. Now this is an atmospheric river that we're looking at for the weekend. The question is, where does it line up? So right now, this is kind of spread out. It will get tailored back as we get closer to the event. But depending upon where it hits, we could see anywhere upwards of 3, 4, 5 inches of rain, potentially in some isolated spots, 6 inches of rain, Sunday night into Monday. So that's a much shorter window than we're looking at during the week this week. So over like a 12-hour period, we could get about a half foot of rain in some areas. So this, of course, brings up the concern of burn scars from last year. We still do have a lot of burn scars out there, and they haven't been tested with big storms except down here in Monterey County. So the rest of the area, we'll be watching it closely for like the LNU complex, the glass fire, and then the SCU, the CZU. We're going to be watching those really closely to see what kind of rain rates we might have coming for those burn scars, and if we will need to issue any sort of flash flood watch for the time leading up to that. So something to pay attention to, something to think about. But all in all, it's going to be a very active pattern. Please be ready now. Please get all your winter prep stuff going now so that you aren't surprised when all the rain hits later this week and then we get that big blast of rain later in the week. And also be ready for those winds. Also, please make sure you take care of yourselves, take care of each other, take care of your pets, and by all means, be good to one another. See you, everybody. Bye.